Alrighty, I am live. Let's see if anybody comes in here, or if I'm just gonna talk about shit by myself. I got anybody gonna come in here, or am I just gonna talk by myself because it's late on a Sunday night? People are gonna be eating dinner and winding down, and they're not paying any attention whether or not anybody went live. Because it's Sunday. It's freaking Sunday. It's Sunday. All right, let's say that it's Sunday and people got to work tomorrow like 5 freaking million times. Riley, brush your teeth. Do you like that toothbrush? Hey, if it's getting him to brush his teeth more. Only brushing his teeth. Yep. Woo. Had a little bit of echo. Oh, there we go. Finally. Oh, can't stay, but I can drop for like a like for your woodsman. Okay. All right. I couldn't read that. Whatever reason, the way it was worded. But cool. Thank you. El Cap Addict. What a name there. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I got 2 likes. Actually. Don't mind the wife and the 6-year-old running their mouths. And the little one's brushing his teeth. Riley. But, sweet. Alright. How was y'all's weekend? How was y'all's weekend? I had a really, really busy weekend. A lot to do. And I'm freaking tired. And I'm sore. And I've been putting down a little bit of alcohol mixed with a few pain pills. Just Tylenol. Just Tylenol. I don't have anything fancy anymore. Used to. Wish I could get fancy stuff again. I'm good. And like I said, I'm tired and I'm sore. Riley. 6-year-olds. But all right. I guess we'll kick it off. I might as well. No sense in waiting. Would you stop? Let me see. How do I get to? All right, on StreamYard. Let's do a present video file. Here we go. I'm still trying to get the hang of StreamYard. It's not hard to do StreamYard. It's just a matter of practice and continually navigating through it. I labeled a folder polder. I hit the P instead of the F, so the folder got named polder instead of folder. But all right, let's add that. Let's make it big. We'll keep me. All right. So, this is what I started off with for my weekend. The front island here, where there's a bunch of bushes, going across one of the front bedrooms in the house. Oh, those bushes were not growing well, trimming them, and they still wouldn't look right, and they still wouldn't grow well, and they looked terrible. So the wife kept bugging me spring after spring after spring. I do have a before picture, but I didn't want to throw too many pictures up here. All right, hush. I'm gonna do a video on the whole thing and throw it up on the channel probably tomorrow evening. Yeah, I'm pulling those out with my vehicle. Here, I'll show you the next slide coming up. The true redneck hack is to take a great big tire and put it right there in front of the bush, and and put the toe strap over the tire, and the strap rolls as the tire rolls, and you have to have somebody kind of guide it and make sure it stays on it, and you just pull it out with your vehicle. So I made something else using a roll pin from your the would you stop? 6-year-old being goofball. Your sawhorse, your sawhorses that you use for your chop saw that have the big roller on it, so that the boards slide across it nicely as you break down your boards into lengths that you need cut. So I took that off and made a wooden framed sawhorse, basically, that was a little bit more structurally sound and durable, and just attach that roll pin so that the rope that I wrapped around the rope twice around the bush down at the very base of it, and then ran it up and attached it to a toe strap that then was attached to the bumper, or not the bumper, the toe, the big tow bar system, hitch receiving tow bar on the back end of my SUV. And so as I drove the car forward very slowly and carefully, the ropes went up and over that makeshift sawhorse and that rolling pin that allowed it to roll over, and it just slowly pulled the bush up and out of the ground. And that's the key purpose, is to cause lift and not just straight forward. If you didn't have some kind of sawhorse thing for the rope to go over, then you wouldn't be pulling the plant up out of the ground at all. You'd just be totally vertical, and that really doesn't work all that well. Yes, exactly. You're creating this fulcrum to change the angle in the way that the plant's being removed. But yeah, these things were nasty, and it took quite a bit of effort to get them out. But if you don't do something like this, if you don't do this process, and you try to just go out with a shovel, man, I would have been out there for at least 3 or 4 days, hours and hours each day, trying to dig those things up with the shovel. That would have been just absolutely miserable. And I honestly probably would have just given up and said, fuck it. But no, I've seen other people do this and use this method before, creating different contraptions and doing it in a slightly different way, but the concept all pretty much being the same. So that was Saturday mid morning. So then Saturday night, kind of did the bush removal between lunch and when I had to go to this event. The first thing, I don't have any photos of it, but before we even worked in the yard, in the front yard work stuff, we went down to downtown Brunswick, just 10 minutes down the road for us, to a church event, an event that was held at a church, at a Catholic church school gym. They do it in the gym. The Girl Scouts do like the opening ceremony of it, but they call it an international food tasting festival. It's just like a food festival, international foods.
Taste festival.
A taste festival, whatever. The name doesn't matter. Get out of here. But goober. But yeah, so that was Saturday morning. Hey, brand new American, what's up, buddy? So we did that, and there was probably, I would say, at least 20 countries, 20 to 30 countries that somebody had cooked some amount of food. Here's a little urban. Um, Cooked some type of food that was for that represented that country. And so we had, at least 30 different types of cuisines to try. And my daughter, being one of the Girl Scouts for the troop Girl Scout troop that did the opening ceremony, we walked around carrying flags for all the countries in the world, well, as many as we could, carry, because there was probably only about 20 of us, and we each had like 3 or 4 flags. So anyways, that was really cool. That's always a lot of fun. They do it every year in downtown Brunswick here, and it's great because it gets the kids to try, because all the food are in like little sample cups, sample cups that you get at Sam's Club or whatever. So yeah, kids get to try different things. It's kind of on the edges of the tables. They usually put some little note, some piece of tape, and wrote what the name of the dish was. But sometimes they didn't, and sometimes you couldn't pronounce it and read it, and still had absolutely no idea. So again, because of that. That also got the kids to really try some stuff that if they knew what was in it, if they knew what it was, they probably wouldn't have touched it. So yeah, I love that event. The wife and I love taking the kids to that. The kids have a lot of fun. They get to hang out, see a bunch of other young kids, and try new foods, new things. So yeah. All right. So we did that Saturday morning. Then we went home, ate lunch, did all the freaking yard work, getting those bushes out. If you didn't see the bushes, here's the leverage thing. Here's the bushes that I was talking about. Yeah, fun process. All right, so then Saturday night, the main event. As a birthday gift for little Urban, for Riley, we went to Monster Jam. Yeah, so we went to Monster Jam down in Jacksonville, Florida, at the arena down there, and that was a blast. That was a lot of fun. First time for me going to a Monster Jam. First time for the wife. First time for Riley. We had a crazy amount of fun. Dad was prepared with the earphones and for Riley, and I had earplugs for me and earplugs for the wife. It really wasn't that bad until the trucks went like right there on our corner of the arena and got close to us and really put on the gas to hit the jumps and stuff. But otherwise, yeah. And it went on from like, what was it, like 6:30, about 6:30 when they got started.
Yeah.
And till like 10 o'clock. Yeah. My anxiety got a little high getting out of that place between leaving the stadium, with everybody leaving the stadium, and no, this is my expensive cheese.
No.
Go ask Mommy for cheese. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, my Band-Aid.
You cut yourself.
Yeah, I cut up my thumb digging up the freaking weeds. The roots for the weeds. Yeah, dinged up my thumb doing that. Go ask Mommy for some cheese. Go ask Mommy for some cheese. But there's El Toro Loco. I like that truck. I think it's cool because it's got the extra deal of shooting the smoke out of its nostrils, out of the front end of the truck. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. First time experiencing that, so another check off of an item on the bucket list, I guess. So that was Saturday night. Oh, hey, G-Ball, what's up, man? It was crazy how many times there were handfuls of trucks that kept having issues with running. Like one of them had to swap out. Here, hold on, let me pause the slideshow here. One of the trucks had went backstage and swapped all its batteries out and all its spark plugs out because they could not get that truck to run at first. And there was at least two other trucks that had that issue. There were quite a number of trucks that got flipped over going off of the ramps and doing the jumps in weird ways and got themselves either tackled on their sides or stuck on their sides or completely flipped over. One of the trucks actually, the Megalodon, the one that like the whole body of the truck is shaped like a shark. Pretty cool. He went off of a jump and kind of in a little sideways. And when he landed and went to his side. But like as he fell to his side, he gave it gas and was able to get the tires to get enough traction to pull out and flip himself back over. So he saved himself, that was awesome. That was really cool. So yeah, had a lot of fun that night. Riley didn't want to leave. He did not want to leave when it was over. He wanted to stay in the stadium. I'm like, it's over. They ain't doing anything else. But so I told him that we'd get a smoothie or ice cream or whatever on the way home. And so it's like by the time we got away from the stadium to get on the road to get home, it was like almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, we didn't get home until around midnight. And so finding an ice cream place was a little that was still open was a little challenging, but we found one. And when we were figuring out what to get, Riley then let us know that he didn't, in fact, want ice cream. He wanted an icy, not an ice cream, but an icy. So I was like, great. Well, Circle K is right down the road, so the wife and I got our ice cream cones, and then we went to Circle K, went in with him and got an icy there. And when we got back in the car, the wife said, Riley, boy, are you a cheap date. Because the icy was only like $1.10, where the ice cream was like $6 for a waffle cone with 2 scoops. No, you cannot have the Gouda cheese. No, that's expensive cheese. I already gave you 2 bites of it. That's my cheese. My favorite cheese is the Chipotle smoked Gouda. I like cheese, and this is one of my top favorites. Definitely in like the top 3 or 4. Really tasty cheese with with a little bit of punch to it. Hey, Byron, how you doing? Saying hi to everybody. Yeah, pulling bushes, monster trucks, and a food fest, international food festival that we went to first thing in the morning. So, oh, you got another piece of cheese. What is that? Colby Jack.
White and orange.
Yeah, Colby Jack. White and orange. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. Riley got his icy, and the wife made the comment that he was such a cheap date, and Riley was like, I don't know what that means. He had no clue what she was talking about, but the fact that he said that just gave us a good laugh. And then, like, not even 20 minutes, he was passed out in his seat. He had only drank maybe about a third of his icy. It's in the fridge right now. I took it out of the freezer. I put it in the freezer last night. I took it out, let it defrost for about 30 minutes, and I put just a little bit of soda in it and stuck it in the fridge. So go check on it, see if you can drink it now. You might have to take a spoon and munch it up and try to soften it up, stir it up a bit.
Hey.
Don't let that icy go to waste, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, I'm sipping on some wine here. I don't know who all likes wine.
Me.
You? Here, go see mommy. She's gonna get you your icy all set up for you. Go on. But yeah, I like sweet wines. Of course, I love my whiskey, and I like a good lager beer. Your medium to dark beers. But oh, see you later, Byron. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, so that was Saturday. Then we get to Sunday, and this is Sunday after church. My older two actually stayed the night, Saturday night, since it was just Riley, the wife, and I that went to Monster Jam. My older son and his sister, that's 2.5 years younger than him. Those two went to my grandmother's house, which is only like 15-minute drive from my place. They stayed the night, opted to stay the night there to spend time with her and my younger brother, who came down from Athens, Georgia, with his wife and his two little girls. And so they spent the night there and spent that time with them. So then trying to get Riley to wake up this morning sure was a challenge. 8:15, tried to wake him up. He didn't want to budge. Kept shoving and shaking him. Almost put him in the dunk tank. No. Maybe I need a dunk tank. I could build one of those. I could build one of those. Could build a dunk tank. That'll be fun during summertime. Yeah. Yeah. So then, if you let 10-15 minutes go by and then tried again, I actually pulled him up out of the bed and tried to get him on his feet on the floor, and then he ended up just in somebody else's bed. So 10 minutes later, I gotta go find him again, and he's in somebody else's bed, and just like he just played musical beds without the music, just snoring. So yeah, it took almost an hour to get this dude up and ready to go. Because I wanted to go have breakfast with my brother and his wife and family and my grandmother. And the goal was for us to get over there early enough for breakfast, and for me to spend a little time with him, because I don't get. He raises chickens and sells Black Angus beef, so farm life. So he's always busy. Barely gets to get away long enough to see family and do other things and vacation, because farm life, right? But so we did eventually get over there. We got to say hi to him. Celebrated. He gave Riley. Oh, your truck's charging.
Yeah.
You can get it later. We'll show it off in a little bit.
No.
He got a big remote control Hummer, jacked up Hummer vehicle. Is what my brother gifted him, and then I gave my brother gifts, some goodies, and they ordered a handful of Girl Scout cookies. So yeah, so it was good to see him, say hi to him, and then we took the kids to church. And this morning after that, and then we raced home to finish doing what we were doing. So here's Cody in the photo, digging holes and putting the plants into the holes. Literally, it was worse than pulling teeth to get this kid to do any of this work. This is supposed to be his agriculture project for school. One of his school classes is an agriculture class for 7th grade. They do it every year, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. they've got to do an agriculture project. So last year we kind of did the cop out and did it on my brother and his chicken farm raising and beef selling stuff, and did a big poster board and had photos, and the kids had been up there and held a baby chicken and rode around on the tractor and got into tour of the farm and saw the cows and this. So they got the experience and got to learn things about the farm and what my brother does, and so it's just a matter of getting sales numbers and chicken quantities and doing all that stuff for report. But then this year I made it the project of redoing the whole front of my house here in front of this bedroom, where there's some ugly bushes that were just not growing right, and just they looked terrible. They only bloomed for like a month, these tiny little flowers, so they didn't look pretty, and they weren't growing right. So they had to go. So I took the opportunity to knock out two birds with one stone and get this done and check off a completed project for the year. So there's, again, trying to get this 13-year-old, almost 14-year-old boy to do some work, some actual labor. That in itself is exhausting. But let's see here. Do I got another picture? Yep, here we go. All right, here he is spreading the mulch. There's still dirt on the wall of the house there that I later sprayed off, but here he is at least spreading half of the mulch. I spread the other half to at least show him how I wanted it done. He did put in those stone pavers there. I showed him how to do that and had him doing that. That was fairly easy and simple for him to do, and less bending and twisting for my busted up back. Yeah, I am sore. I am hurting badly. Here's the beginning. This is the leverage contraption, the fulcrum that I created in order to pull out the bushes. But that's pretty much that for your little photo slideshow. I will have a video posted up within the next day or two of how that fulcrum works and what I did in the method and the process that I used. Again, it's very similar to a lot of ways that other people do it. I don't have a big ass tire, which is kind of the traditional redneck way of doing it. So yeah. And then let's see, after that, getting all those plants and the mulch done and all the freaking weeds that got pulled out of there cleaned up, and just tidying everything up for the evening. That took all the way till dinner time, and then it was making dinner, and wife was at work all day today, so then it was making dinner. While the kids were at church, I also had to go to, that was when I went to Lowe's and got the all the stone pavers, because they were out of stock a handful of days ago when we went to get all the mulch and the topsoil and the plants. So yeah, mulch, Maddie, mulch.
Mulch.
I went with black mulch.
Black mulch.
My wife says I like black because I'm colorblind, but whatever. I'm not colorblind to the point where I can't differentiate different colors. I am that much colorblind. That much. Barely a pinch. Like a grain of salt. With the rarest colors, red and white. So no, it's not like I can't tell the difference between a red plate and a white plate, or the stripes on the American flag. I have no trouble with red and white. Just the fun little color vision test, the little wheels, round blobs of colors, and you're supposed to see the letters or the numbers or whatever inside of them, I can, no matter how many times I take it, I can only get about 5 or 6 out of 10 right. And so then the military had to, when I was going through medical processing to get in, then they took me to a room and had me do another different type of test where they have this like little box that has lights that light up inside the box, and you're supposed to tell them what colors. Well, yeah. And so they narrowed it down, and they had a hard time doing that. So I mean, like literally, I am the lightest, mildest case of colorblindness ever possible, and it's supposedly with those 2 colors. I don't know. It's the military. I have no idea if they even knew what the hell they were doing when they did that. So, whatever. I have my cheese. I have my wine. I'm happy. Right? So then after dinner, what do we do? What do we do after dinner? Baths,
Bath and
jammies, cleaned up, tidied other things up.
Wipe the table down.
Yeah, the animals had to all be fed, and I got ready to do this. So yeah, I have had like a nonstop. No, you had your cheese. Go away. Go away. Greedy. Yes, I have my cheese. I have my wine. And I think we might watch a movie here. An episode. We'll watch another episode. You need to go to sleep because you got school tomorrow. And then the wife and I can watch an episode of Yellowstone.
Me too.
No, it's not an appropriate show for you. Nope. Not appropriate. You want me to read a bedtime story?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A bedtime story? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't do bedtime stories. I do NyQuil. No, just kidding. and melatonin. Who else uses that? For them or your kids. It's not a bad thing. It's a natural vitamin type thing that just helps your body calm down. So yeah, a healthy dose of melatonin ain't gonna hurt nobody. Nothing to get pissy about. Oh, my 11-year-old. Oh, my 11-year-old. See, Maddie sometimes uses, like I said, it's just, melatonin is it's a herbal natural vitamin type thing that just helps calm your body down and gets your body to slow. Wine does that too. For most people. I need more wine. More rum. No. Wine.
No.
What are you eating? Oh, you're still eating your icy.
You need more caffeine.
You want me to get you some more wine?
Yeah, ask mommy to pour me some.
No.
Me wine.
No, I'm busy right now.
Ah, I'll be right back.
Ah.
Gotta do everything myself.
Yay! Yeah. Hi. Wait for my dad. I saw my dad jail. Yeah.
Yeah. This is my life, not Little Urban's life. Get out of here. Yeah, right. Now the choking. You wouldn't understand half the shit that comes out of his mouth.
What?
What? You're so disgusting. Oh. So yeah, that was one heck of a weekend. One heck of a weekend.
What the heck are we? Dang.
That was adorable. All right, so handful of words. Help me out, Maddie, because you can probably throw a few out there as well. But adorable, cute, and sweet.
Sorry.
You as a dad, when you get the privilege of being a dad, and you've got kids, those 3 words, you can still be a macho man. Macho man. You can still hang on to an ounce of dignity when you say those words, as long as you're a dad, as long as you got kids. You can say, "Oh, that was adorable," or "That was so cute," or "How sweet." You can say those things as a dad and still keep a little ounce of manhood. Right? It's weird when some millennial or some I'm gonna say it. What is Casey? What is Casey? What is he? He's not a millennial. But oh man. Yeah, he's handsome. Yeah, there's a handful or so of words that you can get away with saying as a dad that that some like other dudes you can't say that, otherwise people are gonna judge you a little bit, right? I learned that probably on the second kid. On the second kid, I learned that I can get away with saying a couple of those things. It is hard with the first kid,
My dad.
throwing those out without feeling awkward yourself.
My dad says
Once you go to the second round and the second child, then it comes a little more natural, and you're just like, whatever, I don't care, I'm gonna say it. But yeah. You're so goofy. What is wrong with you? He took like a 2.5, almost 3 hour nap today between like 3:30 and 5:30, 6:30. So I don't know. He took a long freaking nap late in the day. So now he's all giddy and wired. So there goes my night, right? You're a mess. At least he ain't crying, Maddie. At least he ain't starving. My kids don't starve in my house. They don't scream for food. They don't get hangry. I'm just teasing you, man. But yeah. Let's see. As I showed in the photo today. Oh, I already hung up my pants. What's so funny about that? I carried my Spyderco smock again, or not the smock, the Kapara. Carried the Kapara today. You need to calm down. Goose fraba. You don't know what that means. No. You're too young for that movie too.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Anger Management with Jack Nicholson in it. That shit's funny. That's a funny movie.
This is not real.
Yeah, so anybody else? Oh, my brother had to borrow our crock pot for doing a roast that he brought down from his farm. So, fresh beef. I didn't get any of that because we were here doing our thing. My grandmother asked me when I was there over at her place this morning. She was like, so what are your plans for the day? I said, we're busy. We got shit to do. We got so much stuff to do. I said, I don't even want to do it. I was bitter about it. I just looked at her and I said, we are busy. We got plans. said there are plans for today, and we are not derailing off of our plans. Because if I don't get it done today, then it ain't getting done by the 3rd, and my son ain't getting his project turned in by the 3rd. And it needs to be done by the 3rd. And so today was kind of day off of work that I didn't have any other, like, it was set in stone that we're getting this shit done today. Because I work tomorrow, and then he's still gotta, we did all the grunt work today and yesterday, and then he's got to do the report. I've got a whole bunch of photos. I've got about a dozen photos or so that I took of him doing different parts of it, and so he's got to write up the report. And I've already got the bill of materials list and all that kind of stuff. Kind of felt like I was doing an Eagle Scout project again. So yeah. So he's got to do the write-ups and stuff, and put all that together so he can turn that in by the 3rd, which is, what day is the 3rd? Friday. Yeah, Friday. He's got to turn it Friday. If anything, we'll try to turn it in Thursday. Kind of looks good when you turn shit in a day or two before its due date, and you kind of go over the top with the project. I always have to go all out for projects. When I was going through grade school, my test skills were not the greatest. Like, I knew the material, but I freaking chickened out when it came to taking tests. Always second guess myself. Always fudge stuff up on tests. It was terrible. So my test scores, big test scores, were not so good. So projects kind of were my saving grace. I always went all out for projects, grabbed every single bonus point possible to make up for some really shitty test scores. So my 13, almost 14-year-old's kind of the same way. He bombs a test every once in a while and has to play hardball catch up, and it's not fun. It's not fun pushing him. He doesn't like it. I don't like it. The wife gets real pissy about it. And then I'm in trouble for everything. Right? Isn't that the way it works, Maddie? Dads get it. We get it bad. Moms are always saying late at night, why do I always have to be the bad guy? Why can't you be the bad guy? And I'm like, well, it ends up being my fault anyways. So at least you should be the bad guy. But you're still gonna blame me for all of it. I don't know.
Cool.
Well, all right. It's 9:30 here on the East Coast. And I got work tomorrow. I'm sure a couple of y'all got work tomorrow. See, Maddie's got to go do the whole bath and ready for bed thing, PJs on and all that stuff. So, hey, Maddie, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it done for the night. I just thought I'd get on and share with y'all what crazy busy weekend that I had. But yeah, y'all take care. Hope your weekend was eventful. Maybe not as eventful as mine, but y'all take care. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for popping in. And I'll see y'all in the lives during the week, in the chats.